In this video, I'm going to show you exactly why your belly fat won't move, even though you're doing every single thing right. And it's because of this one hormone that you continue to spike called cortisol. Cortisol is the thing that's killing all your gains. Even though you eat clean, you train hard, you cut your calories to the bone, and you do cardio, you still don't get the results that you want. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what cortisol is and why more discipline is breaking you, and the exact order to fix it. My name is Noel Nolm. I play pro football for the Toronto Argonauts, and I was a D1 captain and wide receiver at Eastern Washington University, and now I'm the founder of Make It Happen Coaching, where we've helped over 100 high performers get lean, and a lot of them were stressed executives who could not move the gut no matter how hard they pushed everything that they did, and we gave them these tools. So stay till the end. I'm going to give you the free breakdown that lays out the exact fix in order. I'll tell you exactly where to grab it. We're going to go over 3 things today: what cortisol actually is, the one reframe that's going to change everything, and the 6 things you're doing right now that spike it, and the fix in the right order. And no, this is not some supplement video. It is an actual system video. Everyone calls cortisol the stress hormone, but that's the label that automatically shows that people don't know what they're talking about. Cortisol isn't there to stress you out. It's to get you up. It's to literally wake you up in the morning, get you off the couch to chase something. It's what keeps your blood sugar steady when you skip a meal. You want cortisol. You would literally die without it. It doesn't matter how much you have. It matters about what the shape of the curve is. This is what most people get wrong. We want high cortisol in the morning. That is healthy. It should peak about 30 to 45 minutes after you wake. And then that spike is literally, like I said, the thing that gets you out of bed. And then it should fall all day long and bottom out right around midnight. The problem is when the curve goes flat. Not enough in the morning, still up at 10 at the night when it should be down. So high in the morning is a healthy man. High at night is a broken curve. There was a study done in 2017, and it pooled research on this and found that people with the flatter curve, less in the morning and more at night, had worse physical and mental health across the board. So forget about lower your cortisol. The real goal is to fix the curve. We really want it sharp in the morning, and we want it low at night. So here's what cortisol actually does to fat loss. So every video that says cortisol makes you fat on the internet, it doesn't create fat out of nothing. The energy balance still runs the show, like we always talk about on here. And metabolic priming, you can create a higher maintenance and raise your calories so the energy balance is easier. A man in a real calorie deficit is still going to lose fat, even with high cortisol. So anybody that's telling you that cortisol is the reason that you can't lose weight is lying to you. What cortisol actually does is it's going to, like I say, tax the process. Same diet, but with high cortisol, it's going to cost you more. So there's 4 different ways that it does this. You guys can see here. It's going to crank on your appetite, specifically for calorie-dense junk, so more hunger for that garbage. 2, it's catabolic, so it breaks down your muscle for fuel. So the more of the weight that you lose is muscle, which we burn less calories at rest because we burn more calories when we have muscle. It's going to shrink your engine, and it's going to make the next cut even harder. 3, it's going to make you hold sodium and water. So the exact same body fat, you're going to look softer and puffier. So even if you have, one stressful day a week, you're going to see the scale jump 4 pounds overnight. And you think that your diet's failed, but that's not what it has. 4, you're going to have less output. So it's going to drag down your thyroid and drag down your testosterone. Those are the real things that are going to kill your whole output. There was a 2022 review, 2000 and 2022, sorry, by Joseph Whitaker. And it showed that even, low carb, extreme dieting, that kind of aggressive plan that a lot of you guys tend to try initially, it's going to raise your cortisol, and it's linked to low testosterone. So that literally piles on to the next thing. So cortisol doesn't block fat loss. It taxes it, but it has a big tax. It's going to make the same deficit cost you more muscle, more water, more hungry, more misery. And for a lot of you, you're going to be done by Thursday when you start on Monday. You're going to quit before it ever works. That's how cortisol actually makes men fat. This is the trap that all of you guys fall into. This is the high performers graph. Picture, you're an executive, you're an entrepreneur, you are in business, and you want the gut gone. So you attack it the same way that you attack everything else. More. You sleep 5 hours because you're busy and you have your business and you got a bunch of other stuff. Then you slam 4 coffees to still feel awake from that. First one on a blank, empty stomach at 6, and then you're going to fast until noon because some random podcast or Instagram influencer told you to. And then you do 45 minutes of hard cardio before sunrise, and you eat 1,400 calories because less has to be better. It burns more fat. And then you drink 3 nights a week to take the edge off, to reduce stress, or with your clients. And then every single one of those raises cortisol. So you're not doing one thing wrong. You're stacking 6 different things that are going to be cortisol drivers or shutter downers, right? It's going to destroy us in the morning on top of the other. And then you're going to blame your willpower and discipline. This is the cycle of the high performer. There was a study done in 2010, and that showed by just cutting calories aggressively raised cortisol on its own. So the crash diet itself that you're running is a stressor to your body. It's going to read it as famine. It's going to read it as you don't have food. You know, the hunts have not been successful. We have a system of that's used to thousands of years of conditioning of trying to stay alive. Then we're going to stack that on short sleep, hard cardio, caffeine, alcohol, screen time. I mean, just all of it. And your body's just going to be screaming emergency all day long. There was another study done in 2024 out of Brazil, and they followed 2,500 people, and they found the ones that with chronically high cortisol were 72% more likely to be obese. So this is the secret killer. And you've been told for a decade that the answer is more discipline, and it's exactly what's breaking you. The harder you try, the harder it gets. You cannot out diet a stressed body. So the fix is not more, it's a different order. So as we come over here, why do we prime first? Metabolic priming. If you guys don't know, if you've watched other videos on this channel, first of all, subscribe, because that's all we talk about is we break down the real stuff and give you the methods that are going to get you the best results. But this is the connection that nobody makes. You must prime your metabolism before you cut. A deficit itself is going to be a cortisol driver. So when a fried, stressed out man slaps on some aggressive diet, just starts cutting out of nowhere, you're not adding one stressor to a fresh system. It's the 6th one of that list that I just showed you. So then the muscle melts, and then the water piles on, and the whole thing rebounds, and then it just doesn't work. So what we do is we prime first. Spend a few weeks eating at maintenance and even raising food every single week. So we can raise our maintenance, our true maintenance, sleeping, walking, lifting to get your engine primed, to get the machine working. Every one of those priming moves is also doubled up as a cortisol lowering move. Like I said, remember, it's not high, but it's where we're making the curve correct. Because when you lower it in the night, it's going to actually rise in the morning like we want it to. We're not delaying fat loss. You're lowering the tax before you charge it. And also, you're going to get way more fat loss. You're going to accelerate your results. Because once you cut from that primed engine, you're winning. And it's patience. But literally, you're going to get faster, better, more long-lasting results because of it. The order goes like this. Non-negotiable before anything else, 7+ hours of sleep, the single biggest lever. That's the thing that I hold everyone to in my program, all our clients, non-negotiable. Everything else is just a little bit of a garnish, right? On top. We get 5-10 minutes of sunlight within an hour of waking, to set up the drop correctly at night, delay your first coffee 60 to 90 minutes after you wake up, and then the highest leverage move in terms of fat loss, walk 12,000 steps instead of just grinding more cardio. Stop the cardio, eat at maintenance while you prime, anchor your protein to fight the muscle breakdown, lift heavy, but don't grind yourself into oblivion. Lift heavy to get the hypertrophy. And yeah, caffeine's a smaller lever than, the internet claims. If you drink coffee, you're partly adapted, but late caffeine still wrecks your sleep. So don't outgrind the cortisol program, the protocol, guys. When we come over here, this is it. Non-negotiable at the top, high leverage in the middle, fine tuning at the end. You got to follow these. This will get you right with your cortisol, as you guys can see right here. Okay. Once again, the scam is that, adrenal fatigue, cortisol detox, all this garbage. No. What you need to do is sleep first, walk, stop crash dieting, and then lift and eat protein. Right. So, as we come here, I want to show you guys the trap really quickly before we get to our 3 actionable takeaways. Crash dieting, endless cardio, cutting sleep. Those are the 3 things that are killing the very results that you want, guys. You do not want that. So we want to focus on our 3 biggest takeaways like we talked about. We're going to swap the cardio for steps. We're going to protect our sleep. We're going to lift. We're going to eat protein. We're going to do all these things, the same things we did with Gabe. He was a retail manager and we got him just doing those simple things. This is literally 2 months apart, and you guys can see we're shredding down the sides. We're building muscle. I mean, you can see the energy on his face. We're feeling phenomenal. And that's how you guys get the belly fat to actually move. It's metabolic priming. It's not some more effort, more discipline. These are the things that you need to do. So if this sounds like you've been grinding, you've been doing all these things the backwards way, and you want to get to a system that's going to get you real results, where 12 weeks from now, 6 months from now, you're sleeping through the night, the wired but exhausted feeling is gone, the gut that wouldn't move for years is gone. You can take your shirt off at the pool and feel, in fact, you want to, because you feel like an athlete again instead of just a machine running on fumes. This is not for everybody. If you love the grind and it's actually working, then you can keep going. But if you're successful, you're stressed, you've been doing things that just you're stuck, you're in massive pain right now, and that's what I'm here for. So go DM me on Instagram, shred at Nolan, or just book right in for a call, and we'll hop on a call and see if it's the right fit for you to join the community of other high performers. Like, subscribe, comment any other questions, anything that you have that you guys want me to cover in future videos. I appreciate all of you. Make it happen. Out.